So welcome to the weekly roundup of streaming news, things happening in the community, new applications, things being shut down, what Amazon are trying to do, other streaming services, and much more. And if you guys are interested in that, make sure you are subscribed. Now, okay, so first up, we find that Amazon actually spent 16.6 billion US dollars on streaming content in the year 2022. And that's actually an increase of 28% from the previous year. Now, you may be wondering, where does all this money go to, or what they're actually purchasing? But as we can see here, that 7 billion of that goes into the original content, including live sports, licensed content, which if you are a member of Prime, you get access to that. And it's generally accepted that they spent 1 billion to get the rights to stream the Thursday Night Football. And lastly, over $500 million on that really popular original series. Well, I say popular, but I think it was actually mixed reviews. But on that Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, that prequel, they spent $500 million. In fact, do leave me a comment below if you saw that series and what you thought of it. Now, comparing that to another big media giant like Disney, they spent 33 billion on content, out of which 11 billion went towards live sports. Netflix and HBO both spent around about 18 billion. So you can see big money is being spent on licensing sports, on licensing content, and at the same time paying for original content. That's where the money goes to. And this is why you can see obviously where somebody or an application or somebody else offers a service offering free content or access to their content is why they get severely. Next up, we have Fox, who have confirmed that the Super Bowl 2023, which will be on February the 12th, will be shown absolutely free without requiring any registration, also in 1080p and in 4K resolution for everybody. But at the same time, you can imagine that because of the audience, most likely this will be geo-restricted, which means only people with the USA IP address will be able to access this content absolutely free. But to be fair, for them to offer this content in high definition and even 4K without requiring any kind of login or account, I think that's pretty impressive. And it says that last year when NBC had the rights to broadcast the Super Bowl, it didn't provide any free streams despite multiple sources, including Amazon, stating that it would, which caused a bit of confusion at the time, especially on game day. But it forced people to then sign up to NBC's Peacock premium streaming service, where the game could be viewed at $4.99 a month. But here we can see with this new news, people should be able to access using the Fox application and access all of the content here absolutely free. And for the people outside USA, presumably using a VPN or something else to get a USA IP address, you'll also be able to access that content. And here they're saying that Fox have confirmed that it will not be using a big game to push people to sign up for any services like Tubi. You can just load up the Fox Sports app on February the 12th and stream the entirety of the Super Bowl with ease. So do leave me a comment below if you are a Super Bowl fan. Now, this is an interesting one because I covered this in the last streaming news video, whereby Peacock TV have now removed the free tier service off their application. And as I said in that video, the free tier did actually offer really great content. Yes, you had to sign up with an email address, but once you had that account, you could log in, and they had lots and lots of very, very popular content. But as I mentioned in the last video, they've now removed that service. But here we can see that Comcast, which actually owned Peacock TV and Xumo Play, did they purposely close down the free tier on Peacock so they could focus on Xumo Play, which is another application which I have reviewed recently. Here we can see that these big players like Paramount Global have their Paramount Plus streaming service, Fox owns Tubi, Amazon has Freeview. Now, similarly, Comcast has also chosen to diversify their own NBC Universal as well as Peacock ad-supported streaming app called Xumo Play. Now, this is basically what the article on the Streamable is saying, that they basically closed down the free tier on Peacock TV to give Comcast an opportunity to build up the Xumo Play brand. Because obviously if you have multiple applications or with free tiers, then which one do you give priority to? Now they know that if anybody wants free content, free ad-supported content, then the application for you is Xumo Play, and it is actually a great application, but just again requires you to have that USA IP address. Here we have a big one whereby I'm sure you guys know that the prior IPTV service, which was Gears Reloaded or Gears IPTV, it's been in the news a few times. We can see the YouTuber owner here. He basically pleaded guilty along with two co-defendants. One was hired by Omar to work from home, supporting the service, and he's basically saying that gunmen were hired to threaten him on 2 separate occasions after he told the boss that he wanted to quit. So pretty shocking. So we can see that the service owned by Bill Omar was shut down in November 2019, became one of the most high-profile anti-piracy operations just because of the size and the amount of money that was being exchanged. And Omar wasn't too shy about showing off the wealth with the cars and the big houses and all that kind of stuff. So you can imagine it brought a lot of attention. And from his point of view, because of this legal loophole, he felt what he was doing was actually 100% legal. So he was actually very surprised when it got shut down. Now the Baron or the Barone part of the story is the interesting one because he was just a normal guy. He had a clean record. He previously worked as a train conductor. He quit in 2016 to become a full-time carer for his dad and then to make ends meet, and he started looking for work that he could do from home. And this is where he started hearing about IPTV, and he heard about the Reboot IPTV service, and he started educating himself on what it is, what the pros are, what the cons are, and is this actually legal. And from there, so things escalated very quickly. He started helping out in the chat room, and then Omar offered him a job providing support, and he basically became convinced that because of the rosy picture painted by Omar and the others in the IPTV world, that it was more or less a grey area. So it definitely wasn't 100% illegal, so he just thought it was okay. But then obviously, as we know, once the authorities came in, they shut the operation down. And here we can see some of the stuff that they were showing. So definitely not hiding how successful they were. But and this is where he's saying that when he told him that he wanted to quit on several occasions, the boss responded that if you leave, I'll kill you, and not in a joking manner. And then it just became much worse, where he's saying that on the way to a local store, a car pulled up and a guy came out showing Mike a gun, saying, if you leave, I'm going to come back and see you. So it's pretty serious to make a threat, especially, you know, carrying a firearm. It just shows one more time, guys, that, you know, when your business is in this area and it gets very, very big, especially if you are making videos showing the money that you've made and all of the cars and all of the other stuff, then it won't take long for the authorities to come down and pleading that, oh, I didn't know that this wasn't 100% okay. Then I just don't think that's going to work anymore. And if you are somebody that wants to protect their privacy, to stay anonymous online, there is actually a very, very special offer for the next 2 weeks where IPVanish will give you total protection for all of your devices. So that is unlimited devices at maximum speed at just over $3 a month. And that really is a fantastic price, only available for the next 2 weeks. It is an affiliated link. They are an official partner for my channel, so it does help to support the channel if you want to, but definitely at that price point to get really fast speeds, to change your IP address, to access geo-locked content from all of your devices for just over $3 a month, I definitely think it's worthwhile checking out. So really appreciate your support. Do leave me a comment below, let me know what you think about this week's streaming news, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.